Genshin's been around since 2020 and it's been through a lot. People called it a Breath of the Wild clone. There was the first anniversary backlash, VA strikes, you name it. But one thing that hasn't changed is how much people still love the game. I started playing during Eula banner in version 1.5 and honestly, I didn't expect to stick with it this long. Nearly 5 years, huh? Time really flies. But here I am, still logging in, still playing. And I'm not the only one, millions of others are too. Back then, before I started Genshin, I was really into anime. And when I finally got a better phone, the first thing I searched was best anime games. Yeah, I know, typical. But that's how I found Genshin. And I have been playing ever since. After all this time, makes me wonder, what is it about Genshin that people still love? One thing I really didn't expect from this game was the music. I mean, it's a gacha game, not a AAA title or some big budget movie. But somehow, the music in Genshin ended up being one of the most memorable part of the whole experience. They say HoYoverse is a music company first and a game studio second. And honestly, that doesn't even feel like a joke anymore. Listening to Genshin's soundtrack even got me into classical music, like legit classical orchestral music. All kinds of stuff I never thought I would ever listen to. Then there are those in-game moments, like when you're walking through Mondstadt and the music suddenly starts to kick in. You just stop, stand there and take it in. That track alone is enough to give you goosebumps. And it's just one of many. With every new region, the music's only gotten better. My personal favorite has to be Sumeru. There is just so much emotion in those tracks. Though to be fair, I might be a little biased. I'm Indian, but that's beside the point. Music in Genshin doesn't try to be flashy. It just blends into the world, making it feel real. It's there to make high feel joyful and the lows hit even harder. And honestly, it just makes everything more meaningful. At this point, Genshin is a huge cast. Some are obvious fan favorites and others are, let's just say, more niche. But almost every player has that one character they really connect with. And honestly, I think one of the biggest reasons HoYoverse succeeded in the gacha market is because of their characters, especially in Genshin. For some people, it's the story and design of the characters. And for others, it's the way characters feel to play, their mechanics, their role in the meta, and that's what sets Genshin apart. Just don't use those characters. You actually get to know them through quests, voice lines, events, and hangouts, even if they barely do those anymore. Build the connection. Sometimes it's light-hearted, sometimes emotional, and sometimes it's more about the NPC. But it all adds up, and before you know it, they stop feeling like units. They start to feel like people. Some of my personal favorites are Nahida, Mona, Kazuha, and Skirk. And it's not just because of their usefulness. It's because they left a lasting impression on me, and that's the kind of thing that makes you keep playing. I think this might be the biggest reason I still play the game. Debate is big, yeah, but more importantly, it feels thought out. You can really tell that the devs have been planning this world and its lore years in advance, and it really shows. You're not just exploring or 100%ing an area for primogems. Okay, sometimes you are, but a lot of time it's more than that. You're climbing cliffs, gliding through valleys, finding little stories hidden in ruins or forgotten books. And all those little small details start to build a living, breathing world. Hot take maybe, but I honestly think some of the Genshin main world quests are actually better than the Orc quest. They just feel more personal, more thought out. But that's just me. Also, each region has its own vibe, its own culture, and none of it feels copy pasted. And the lore, man, it's everywhere. Some of it is given into you through the main quest, and a lot of it is just waiting to be found out. It gives you that feeling like the world existed before you. It keeps moving forward, even when you're not around. Some of my favorite world quests are the Ruse quest, the Aranara quest, Jet's storyline, the Narcissan Croix quest, and the Little One. They really left a lasting impression on me. And yeah, it's a shame many of them are not voiced. I mean, most of them, no, all of them are not voiced, especially considering how much money Genshin makes. But I get it, it's probably more of a time constraint than a budget one. Still, exploring this world just feels different. It's grounded, immersive, and honestly, it's one of the Genshin's biggest strengths. Not everyone plays Genshin the same way, and honestly, That's kind of the point. Some people are sweating over Stygian onslaught clears, and others just farming for their teapots. And then there are the truly patient ones, fishing for hours. Thank God the catch was only a one-time thing. The game doesn't really force you to play a certain way. If you like building off-meta teams with weird synergies, go for it. If you just wanna roam around the world taking screenshot of the beautiful sceneries, that's valid too. Some players have turned their teapot into an actual interior design showcase. Others are deep into the TCG. And now with the UCG mode on the horizon, the game is about to get even crazier. That kind of flexibility, where you can play however you want, unless FOMO gets you or you get meta stricken, is a big reason people stick with this game. It's not always about the meta or rewards. Sometimes it's just about having something to chill with or enjoy with your own terms. For the majority, myself included, story is one of the main reasons why we still play. Now, Genshin storytelling isn't perfect. Sometimes the pacing drags, some scenes are missing the obvious polish, and yes, Paimon can get on your nerves repeating the same shit. At least she has a new way now, so there's that. When the story hits, it hits. Overarching journey of the traveler, searching for their sibling, getting pulled into the conflicts between gods, nations, and ancient civilization. It's way more ambitious than what you would expect of a free-to-play gacha game. What really stands out, world actually changes over time. Character grow, nations overcome crisis. Some moments stick with you, like when Nahida finally breaks free from the academia, or when Furina sheds her mask and reclaims her true identity. What I love most is that it's not just about the big dramatic scenes, it's the quiet ones too, the little moments. It all adds up. You don't play Genshin just to collect primos. You also play because you genuinely care about the game and where the story goes. And even after 5 years, a lot of us are still wanting to know how it all ends. And maybe that's why we're still playing. But that's not all. A few more reasons people still stick around. Genshin's combat starts off pretty simple, but the elemental system adds a layer of depth that makes it feels way more engaging than it looks. Even after years, mixing and matching reactions still feels satisfying. And it's not super hardcore, sure, but for people who actually want a challenge, the strategy is still there. Let's be real. The gacha is a big reason why people still keep logging in. There is always a new 5-star around the corner, or a rerun you swore you would skip but didn't. And then there's the artifact RNG, the pain, the addiction, the cope. It's a dopamine slot machine, and yeah, it works a little too well. For some players, it's not even about the game anymore. It's just about the time or primos they have already sunk in. Hundreds of hours, dozens of characters, maybe even real money. Even if the excitement is faded, it's tough to walk away from something you have been with for years. Genshin isn't perfect, and I think everyone can agree on that. It has its issues, filler patches, FOMO, slow QoL updates. Yeah, I'm still waiting for the skip button to make a new account. But even with all that, people are still here. I'm still here. Because for all its flaws, Genshin means something to a lot of us. The music, the characters, the world, it's more than just a gacha game. It's something you get attached to. And that's why, even after 5 years, people still love it.